Speaking of boom boom shut down, we're going to move right into the Colonial pipeline was attacked with ransomware. As of today, it's up and running. But what does this mean for the future? I'm sure you guys are all aware of this story, correct?
Yeah.
So on Friday, the Colonial pipeline got attacked by malware. There's an emergency declaration issued in 17 states and DC over fuel line attack. It's been offline. The good news, the update for this bad boy is that wrong one. The Colonial announces pipeline restart, says normal service will take several days, but that's good news as most places down south are out of gas right now. They are saying that this is probably the largest cyber attack on American infrastructure thus far. And just glad to hear gas is back. The part that I thought was crazy, and I was wondering what you guys thought, it only took 4 days of the pipe fuel to stop flowing for like 90% of gas stations in Georgia and Virginia to be out of gas.
My theory is that they're not hooked up to it. Like something happened and they just didn't bring them any, and they were like, "Oh well, we're out." Bubba done made too many bonfires. And we've used all the gas in the tanks for our grills. I don't know. Like, I don't understand. Like, that doesn't make sense to me how 4 days would create that much chaos. And only in the South. Like, we were fine up here.
Well, so the pipeline only runs from Texas to New Jersey.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So it ends in Jersey. So it might have affected the city, New York, a little bit, but I don't think it really would have affected us. I would assume most of our fuel gets brought in from either Canada.
Yeah, we're trucked. You're right. Well, we're not getting much from Canada right now because of the border lockdown. But
fucking borders.
I mean, what I heard when I heard that this happened, to me, I felt happy to know that the American mafia is still well and good. You know that there ain't no such thing as a cyber attack. Let's be real, right? It wasn't some person over some fucking country cyber attacking us. What you just saw was what we call Class A extortion, and it was done quite well. And basically, what we said is, listen, assholes. The pipe's closed until you pay some money. Call it cybersecurity, okay?
Yeah.
But until you open this thing up, this thing's closed, and you know what I'm saying? You're going to do what we got to do. And all pipes flow to New Jersey, and this is what we got going on in Texas. You know what I mean?
Imagine if it was just some Guido sitting in a corner. Like made up a little ransomware and got in somehow.
Absolutely. This software was developed and deployed in Newark. Okay.
We're gonna get all the gold chains and steak we want, baby.
Exactly. The tax schemes dried up. All right. The fuel games dried up, kids. Now it's the pipeline. All right. We're going for the pipeline.
We're gonna get enough Dracon Noir to fill a whole valley.
Absolutely. You know that it wasn't a foreign company, like a foreign country extorting us. It was Newark. It was Newark all along.
Well, it had to be because their first thought was like, what do Americans care about more than anything? Like, well, we could blow up a brewery, but there's a brewery every 10 miles in the U.S. We could maybe hijack some weapons, but everybody's armed to the teeth in the U.S. Maybe we'll burn down a marijuana field, but those are fucking everywhere too. I got it. Oil. The U.S.
Our only major one.
The Americans practically direct inject oil into their veins on a daily basis. Let's go after the oil.
You know what that's going to do, though, if the pipeline keeps happening, is every fucking hippie in this country is going to start converting their cars again like they did in the late 90s to run on Crisco. And we're going to be smelling.
Pierre, you're not running at Crisco?
No, whatever. I'm not running.
Oh my God! Are you kidding me? You're not running on biodiesel? Oh man!
No. I personally have been running on Crisco for 20-something years, but my car has not been. And there's a couple in our area that have those vans with like the 20-gallon things in the back, and it just smells like an old rotten Chinese food restaurant, like and they drive through town, and the guy's like, "Yeah, I go and get all the dirty oil, and I can drive around for 7 months without having to refill." And I'm like, "Yeah, and everyone who comes out of your car smells like they've been sitting in rotten oil. I don't think I want to do that. Like, I'll stick with gas." Like,
I personally grease my engine with bacon grease.
nice.
It's a nice way to start the morning off.
That's actually the lube I use sexually. Is bacon.
Nice.
It's a great
There
way
it
to
is.
like just slide it in.
Yeah, and it keeps things smelling fresh.
And you can yell "making bacon."
Yeah.
That's right. And then every time you cook breakfast when your roommate's there, like, kind of smells like sex in here. No. It's real bacon this time, guys.
So it's actually breakfast. That's what I call sex. Breakfast.
I had breakfast for dinner.
So the scariest part about this whole ordeal, and this was something I saw the other day, was that so the pipeline attack happened on Friday, which was to pull up a calendar real quick, was the 7th of May. I found an article. This is CNN Business. Coming this summer, gas stations running out of gas. This article was published Tuesday, April 27th. They were talking about a gasoline shortage weeks ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, that you just proved that CNN created the ransomware.
They say millions of people stuck at home for more than a year are expected to hit the road for much needed post-pandemic vacations this summer, even though they're going to have nobody to serve them because there's no fucking employees anywhere.
Well, side note, everyone's acting like the pandemic's fucking over.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not over.
It's hysterical.
Yeah, everyone's like, post-pandemic, we're still in a damn pandemic. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand. Post-pandemic means that the disease has been eradicated to the point where not many people have it, or it is a very small number. We're still battling.
We still might be canceling the fucking Olympics, man.
Yeah, like I can't go see a movie yet because it might be too close. I might sit next to Floyd, who's sneezing on himself. But yet we're acting like the pandemic's done, and we should just be all in our merry way. I don't understand.
They go on to say, not that there's a looming shortage of crude oil or gasoline, because there's plenty of that. Rather, it's the tanker truck drivers that need to deliver gas to gas stations who are in short supply. According to the National Tank Truck Carriers, the industry's trade group, somewhere between 20 to 25% of tank trucks in the fleet are parked heading into the summer due to a paucity of qualified drivers. At this point, in 2019, only 10% of trucks were sitting idle for that reason.
Well, what that tells me is that they need to lower their fucking standards.
Who needs a CDL?
Which actually happened, my friend, is that not that we've lowered the standards for CDL drivers. They actually, because of the pipeline, they have increased the allowable amount of hours that a truck driver could drive.
Oh, that's even better.
Which sounds super safe, right? We got the guys that are running the most explosive product in their trucks
are now running the longest.
Are allowed to just method. Oh, well, I don't.
Here's what they need to do.
Yes, method up.
Accuse them of mething it up, but I mean, I would be.
Here's what they need to do. They need to increase the DUI limit for CDLs, because currently, or at least in the state of Vermont, it's half of a normal DUI. So a 0.08 for a normal driver is driving drunk. If you have a CDL, it's a 0.04.
Even if you're not driving.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
You're still drunk.
Which means I couldn't do this show and be a commercial driver.
Right.
Yeah. Shit, I couldn't wake up on Tuesdays. Like,
That's true.
So what they need to do is turn it into a 0.16. Get more drunk drivers driving fucking tractor trailer trucks filled with explosive material.
Well, that'll just make life more exciting. And what it'll actually do is it'll keep more people off the road, so the need for gas will be less, because nobody wants to be on the interstates with those fucks.
See, so, I have a plan.
We can reduce consumption while increasing the supply.
Yeah,
it's burning the candle at both ends to get to the center of the issue. I like the way you guys think.
Hickory Foley 2024.
That's right. We're gonna put Pierre as the director of energy or something like. I don't know what the hell they call that guy.
That's brilliant for me.
Yeah.
Well, I think we all need naps. That's the energy we need.
That's right. We need meth, naps, and higher alcohol limits for truck drivers.
Everybody.
Speaking of what we all need, we'll move into the last subject. Last but